Hello and welcome to part 8 of this video lesson in computer network. Today in this video lesson we are going to learn about network devices. Network devices. Network devices are the components which allow us to communicate between two or more computers so that it can share the data. Now you're texting a message or you're calling over the phone. How it is possible? It is because of network devices. Same is the case in a computer. In a computer, how we send the data from one computer to another. It is because of network devices. Now the networking device is also called as communication device. Why? Because it allows us to communicate. Now some of the examples of network devices that we know are Geo-Fi, which allows user to connect to a network. Your Wi-Fi, your modem are some of the examples of network devices. Types of network devices. Now there are various types of network devices. Number 1 is network interface card. Number 2, hub, switch, repeater, gateway, router, and wireless access point. Now let us discuss all the types of network devices one by one. Network interface card. Network interface card is a hardware component that allows computer to connect over the network and communicate. Now you'll see this network interface card in your computer or laptop. With your mobile phone or with a Wi-Fi, you can connect to a computer to communicate over a network. How it is possible? It is because of network interface card. Now this network interface card is also called as Ethernet card or network adapter. Now in modern PCs and laptops, they are equipped with an integrated NIC or network interface card on their motherboard. Now, what does it mean? When you buy a laptop, this network interface card is already integrated or is already available with a laptop or PC in their motherboard. Now, network interface card enables a computer to connect with a network using a port. Now, if you see this cable, LAN cable is used for communication over a network. This port, there are certain ports through which we connect so that we can communicate over the network. Now in most of the laptops or PCs, we have this network interface card. It has some port. Now you know what is a port, like USB. USB is a port. Now you're charging your phone with a charger. Now your phone has a port through which you connect to a charger to charge your phone. Same thing we have in a laptop or a PC. Now in PC, you have a port through which you can connect in a network interface card so that we can communicate over the internet or a network. Coming to laptops, laptop has a Wi-Fi integrated in the network interface card. So with the help of this Wi-Fi, we connect and communicate over the network. Now network interface card works on MAC address. Now we'll discuss MAC address in later videos. Let's just think that it works on certain address that is called MAC address. Now let us see what is repeater. By the name itself, you may understand repeat. That means it repeats. A repeater is a device that is used to regenerate. Regenerate means to repeat the signal which is on the way through a communication channel. Signal becomes weak after a certain distance and can't reach its destination, so regeneration of signal is required. Now take example of your mobile phone. How do you connect mobile phone? Through network. From where the network is coming? Through towers. Now take example of our place, Meghalaya or Garo Hills. What happened here? In Meghalaya, we don't have a single tower for communication device. There are many towers which are interlinked to each other so that signal becomes strong. Now suppose if you are far away, very far away from the tower, what happens? Your signal becomes low, network signal becomes low. But if you're nearby the signal, your network signal becomes strong. Tower is required, more tower is required to generate a strong signal. What happens? Signal becomes weak and there are certain distance and it can't reach its destination. So we need regeneration of signal in a network also. So suppose you're having a cable wire. What happens? If the cable has certain distance, right? Distance to reach its destination. What happens? Signal will become weak as you go by. So the signal or the network for communication depends on the length of the cable. In case if it is wired or if it is wireless, depends on the tower. So regeneration or repeater is required for bringing up the signal back to its original network for communication. Now the function of repeater is to regenerate the signal. That means it needs to regenerate, needs to regain back the original strength of a signal. So repeater does the function of regeneration. Repeater has two ports. One is incoming signal and the other one is outgoing signal. What do you mean by incoming signal and outgoing signal? Now, say your Wi-Fi, say for your mobile phone. Take example of mobile phone. Your mobile phone has incoming signal in the form of network. Now, without signal or a network, you cannot communicate or you cannot call, text a message or browse a network. That is nothing but the incoming signal, outgoing signal. So in order to browse a network or send information text message, you need another signal. That is nothing but the outgoing signal. Same is the case with network. Network consists of two ports. One is incoming signal and the one is outgoing signal. Now if you're nearby your, suppose say, take example of your current, right? What happens if you go nearby the transformer of the current? What happens? This noise is generated. So do you get the same noise while you're at home in your current? No, you never get. Why? Because noise has been reduced from the signal. That means it filters the noise. Same is the case with repeater. With the help of repeater, the noise that is coming from the signal is being filtered. Now take the basic example of repeater. Now suppose you're going from A to C. Suppose the distance around 20 kilometer or 10 kilometer. Now without food or water on the way, can you just go like that kilometer? No, you need some rest in order to gain energy. Say suppose you're starting from point A and you're going to point C. Now you have took some path. Okay, you're about to reach the destination, but in the middle you got tired. So in order to walk, you need energy. How do you get energy? By water or energy drinks or your food. This is how we get the energy. Same is the case with. So in this figure you can see the picture of a repeater. If you see the picture nicely, you'll see port saying 1 and 2, which is input signal or the incoming signal and the outgoing signal. Now suppose there are two computers A and B. They're connected to a LAN cable. Now since the distance between A and B is long, so the signal strength when it goes by signal becomes weak. So in order to regain the signal to its original position, we use repeater so that the signal strength becomes strong again. So this is the function of a repeater. Now let us see what is a hub. Hub is a network devices that connects multiple computers to communicate, that is to receive and send the data. When there are 2, 3 or more computers are there, how they are connected? They are connected with the help of hub. These 2, 3 or 4 computers, they can communicate with each other with the help of hub. That is, it can send and receive the data. Now how they are connected? Now these computers are connected to a hub via LAN cable. Now hub has many ports through which many computers can connect. Since hub allow us to communicate over multiple computers, so what happens? Hub has many ports. That is why it can communicate with many computers. Now when a computer sends the data or information to other computer, the information is sent by the network interface card to the hub. Suppose computer A wants to send the data to computer B. So how it sends? Via network interface card, which is integrated in your computer, which is already there in your computer. Now whenever a computer sends an information to the intended computer, say computer A wants to send some message to computer B, what happens? The information will be broadcasted to all other computers that is connected to the hub. What do you mean by this? Say suppose there are 5 computers connected to each other. Now computer A wants to send to computer B. What happens? Say suppose computer A is sending hello, how are you to computer B. But when you send a text message, it will be sent to all the remaining computers that is connected to a hub, which is not good. Right? So this is the disadvantage of hub. It's like you're sending a WhatsApp message to your particular friend, but when you send a message, it will get sent to all the contacts. So it doesn't look good, right? So this is the function of a hub. Now suppose say there are 4 computers which are connected to a hub. In this picture you can see there are 4 computers, computer A, B, C and D. Okay, they are connected to a hub. Now suppose A wants to send a message to C. So what happens when he sends a message? Those messages are being sent to all the PC, alright? all the computers. So it is being broadcasted. The message that you're sending is being delivered to all the computers and not to the intended computer. So this is the example of hub. Okay, now hubs are of three types, but here I'm going to discuss about two types of hub. One is active hub and one is passive hub. What is active hub? The function is same. What it does, this type of hub, it monitors, amplifies and regenerates the signal. Monitors mean what? It will look after your computer, look after the message. Amplifies, it will strengthen the signal. Alright, it will strengthen the signal. And regenerates the signal. Regenerate signal means it will bring back to its, the signal will bring back to its original position. Signals are strengthened in active hubs. Now this active hub acts as a repeater as it amplifies the signal. What do you mean by amplify? Alright, let me give you one example. Say you're speaking to a friend. Your voice has certain volume. Now when you speak in a microphone which has big speakers, what they do, your sound volume increases, your voice volume increases. So what it happens, it amplifies your voice. Okay, microphone, it amplifies your voice. So this is nothing but active hub. Now let's see what is a passive hub. Now you know what is a hub. Hub is a device which allows us to communicate with more than 2 or 3 computers. Now passive hub serves only as physical connection point for computer. Normally what passive hub does, it only connects 2 or 3 computers. It doesn't have any physical connection. So it does not take any active role in maintaining, processing or regenerating signal. This is about passive hub. Functions are same as hub, right? But in passive hub, it doesn't take any role. That is nothing but a passive hub. Now let's discuss what is a switch. Now just like hub, switch is a network device which is used to interconnect computers or devices on a network. Like hub, which allow many computers to connect to each other and communicate. Switch has the same function which allow us to communicate to 2 or more computers. It is a multi-port device and is also known as intelligent hub. Now unlike hub, switch when sent, the data will be sent to a particular device and will not be broadcasted to all the connected computers. If you remember hub, in hub, if a computer A wants to send to computer C, message will be sent to all the computers. That is the disadvantage of a hub. But in switch, if computer A wants to computer C, it will only send to computer C and no message will be sent to B and D. That is why it is called intelligent hub. A switch uses MAC address for communication among the computers. That is the reason why switch send the data to an intended device. A switch uses a MAC address. Now what is this? Just like your phone. Now phone, while using a network, it uses some address. Alright, you have some particular address through which you are accessing a network to connect for communication. Just like that, a switch uses some address that is called a MAC for communication. Now the switch can perform error checking before forwarding data. That makes it very efficient, as it does not forward packets that have errors and forward good packets selectively to correct port only. What do you mean by this error checking? Sometimes the message that you send may get disturbed due to noise. Alright, that is called error checking. Error. So the signal may not be good. That is called error. So the switch can perform this error checking before forwarding the data, before you're sending a data. And it only forwards a good packet. So when you send a data, data will not go as a whole packet. It will go in small packets. We'll discuss this in later. Now the purpose of switch is to receive and forward the data to the destination device. Now suppose computer A wants to send to computer B. What is the purpose of a switch? Now switch allow us to send the data and receive the data to the destination. Now in this figure you can see A wants to send a message to C via switch. Switch act as a hub. So while sending, it will send to only C and it will not send to other computers like B and D. This is how the switch works. So in this picture you can see D-Link is one of the company which provides switch. It has many ports through which computers are connected. Gateway. Now gateway is a passage that connect 2 or more networks together of different protocol. So suppose, take example of your mobile phone. Your phone has various SIM cards like Airtel, Jio, Vodafone, Idea and many more. How these SIM cards get connected to each other? Through some gateways, through some certain gateways over the network. Say suppose a person having Jio SIM wants to call through Airtel SIM. How does it connect? Through some gateway over the network. Now we are talking about this gateway. So a gateway is a passage that connect two networks together of different protocol. Gateway works as a messenger agent that takes data from one system, interpret it and transfer it to the other system. It acts as a messenger agent. Suppose you're sending a text message from one mobile to another. So the gateway is the messenger which will act as an agent that will deliver the message from one mobile to another mobile, and it interprets and it transfer it to other system. A gateway is like your entrance door, where if you want to go outside you need to pass that door, and while coming back you will enter through that door. A good example is a door. Entrance door is there, their home place is there, and outside place is there. Now if you want to go outside you have to pass the entrance door, and if you want to enter your room you have to pass the entrance door. So the gateway works in that way. So when an IP address of your computer wants to communicate with a network, to the outside network, then it passes through a default gateway. Say suppose you're browsing internet in a laptop or a computer or mobile phone. While browsing you need to pass through the default gateway when you're going with a network. When an IP address is coming into your network, it must pass through the default gateway you have specified. Say suppose someone send you a text message or someone send you a video call. Someone is making a video call. So what happened, that particular person IP address needs to pass through the gateway that you have specified. This is nothing but a gateway. Now let us see how a gateway works. Now there are two computers, X and A. Now X is having IP address 20.0.0.0/8, and computer A is having another address. Now both the computers are having different address. Now suppose they want to communicate. So how they do communicate? They need to pass through gateway. So X want to send a signal or a message to A, so it sends by passing through gateway and then to other PCs with the help of switch. So this is how the gateway works. Now let's see what is a router. Now you have come across a router, for example like Geofy is a router through which we connect over the internet through Wi-Fi. So router is a network device that forwards the data packets from the source machine to destination machine using the shortest path. Suppose you're browsing the website, so from the source machine you're sending a message or you're browsing information to get the info. Router is a network device that forwards the data packets from the source machine to the destination machine using the shortest path. While sending a message or a text, a router uses the shortest path. Take example of your home. Now while coming from your home to school, there will be many ways, but you will always take the shortest path. Likewise, a router, when you send a text message or a video or make a call, it will go with the shortest path. Now router uses IP address for connecting two or more LANs or WANs using routing table. Router, long time back, router used to be a wired router. Nowadays we have wireless router like Geofy. This uses IP address. Now IP address is one kind of address through which we communicate, like your home. Like home is having your certain address for communication purpose. So like visiting your home house is nothing but a communication. Router uses IP address for connecting two or more LANs or WANs using routing table. Routers perform the traffic direction function on the internet, just like our traffic police in a day to how it controls the traffic. Router also perform the traffic, the direction how it goes and how it will work. Data sent through the internet such as web page or email is in the form of data packets. Now whenever you're sending an email to a friend or a text message, or you're browsing a website or gathering some information, now this data will be going in the form of packets. Now a packet is typically forwarded from one router to another router through network that constitute an inter-network, for example your internet, until it reaches destination node. So what does it mean? Suppose you're sending a text message to your friend or emailing to a friend. What happens? It will get forwarded from your router to your destination router, or many routers on the way through the network that constitute an inter-network. Now you may be wondering how your mobile phone is working without a router. It's because your phone has inbuilt networking devices. That is the reason it doesn't need any router to connect to any devices to communicate over the internet. Router is required when to connect to the outside world. Say suppose you're browsing a Facebook that is nothing but a outside world, or Instagram, or you're just browsing a website. That is only when a router is required. If your two PCs are interconnected nearby, then we don't need a router. Here computer S is a server. He wants to send a message to computer Y. Now there are various ways through which it can go through. It can go to router 1, router 2, router 3, and then to switch, and then finally to Y. But since a router, it chooses the shortest path to send a message or a signal. So what will happen? The computer S or the server will send a message via router 1 and then directly connect it to a switch and then to destination Y. This is how a router works. Wireless access point. Now a wireless access point is a networking hardware device that allows other Wi-Fi device to connect to a wired network. What is this actually? Say for example, there is one service through which there is one wired networking service through which we get internet. Say your BSNL WiMAX or any other services which provide internet via wired devices. In order to access these wired devices to all your electronic devices which are equipped with internet services, this needs to be connected with the wired devices that is coming from the service. So how it is connected? It is connected with the help of router. So router acts as a wireless device which gives us the internet to all the electronic devices. Now this router is connected to a networking service through which the internet is provided. So access points are used for extending the wireless coverage of an existing network for and increasing the number of users that can connect to it. Suppose you are having your laptop, your tablet, mobile phone, all needs internet, but you have a single internet service. How all these devices will get connected? These devices will be connected with the help of router. So basically what is wireless access point? It converts wired networking device into wireless networking devices. So a high-speed internet cable runs from a router to an access point, which transforms the wired signal into a wireless one. A web or a wireless access point may be standalone or connected to a router, or it may be part of a router itself, usually wireless router. Say for example, what do you mean by standalone? Say suppose you're the only one who's using the internet, so no router is required. So wireless access point may be standalone. That is the meaning of standalone. Now let us check what actually is wireless access point. Now there is an internet service provider which is connected to a router. Now router is connected wired to two PCs and one to a routing device. Now this routing device, what it does, it allows devices to connect wirelessly. One mobile phone and one laptop is connected to the internet wirelessly with the help of a routing devices. So this is the example of a wireless access point. So basically what happens here, we have converted the wired internet services into the wireless internet services with the help of a wireless access point. So this is nothing but a wireless access point.